Okay, maybe I can volunteer. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadam Mayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapt Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhayeva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama Hare
Hare.
Hare Krishna, everybody. Thank you for joining in. I think we can start reading the verse. By the time Mataji joins us, we can read the verse and the purport. So we are reading the Srimad Bhagavatam. We are on Canto 2, Chapter 8. And the verse for today is 27. Verse 27. Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranam. Please accept our humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Just give me 1 minute, Mataji.
Sure, Mataji. We are reading the Srimad Bhagavatam. We are on Canto 2, Chapter 8. Chapter 8 is questions by King Parikshit, and the text for today is text 27. Hare Krishna Mataji, whenever you are ready, over to you.
Sure. Let me thank you, Mataji, for organizing and coming back. We definitely missed you during this time, but you were there for a good cause. And we did do our prayers to your mom and dad, who are at the service of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. So with that in mind, we will get started.
Thank you very much, Mataji, for all your prayers and everybody. Thank you very much. Yes, they had perfected their lives because they, especially my father, he did the Brahma Samhita. That was his last thing. So we started reading the Narsimha Kavacha, and he was listening, and then we did the Brahma Samhita, and then slowly he passed on. But I mean, the whole session was really wonderful. I was with him all the time, and those 4 hours with him, very precious moments. Maybe one day we can discuss about them. Yeah. And I got guidance from a devotee over there on how to deal with it. And I'm very grateful. I think without that devotees' input, I would not have been able to do what I did. So he passed on very peacefully with God's name. And
Wow.
yeah, I passed with Tulsi tea in his mouth, with Ganga Jal, with Tuli from Vrindavan, with Tulsi. And I think this family of devotees, wherever we are, whether we are in Mumbai or London or Kenya or the States, anywhere, I think they are your family. At least for me, I have experienced that. You can have the best of family members, you can have the best neighbors, you can have best friends, but I think this devotee association for me has proved very, very helpful. They were with me. Devotees from London were with me at 12 o'clock at night when my father was passing on, and they were saying, do this, now do this, now do this. I mean, I got a lot of support, and I'm so, so grateful. And I pray that everybody can get the same support I got. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mataji, for
Your,
your
uh,
and
your
kindness.
dad is also so blessed to get a devotee daughter like you who could serve you at the time of need and give you, because not everybody gets Krishna at the time of passing away.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And that means a lot. That means he's going to carry forward. Uh,
yeah, yeah,
and he has taken Krishna's name. So whatever Krishna recognizes that, the time of death, if he remembers me, then he will come back to me for sure.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So he's definitely getting it from you. So it means a lot, specifically at the time of passing. It's not easy, Mataji, to
No,
remember Krishna at the time of death, no. And it is so unpredictable. We don't know when we are going to die. But when somebody knew about it and they are making the best use of time, like how Parikshit Maharaj did, that speaks a lot. Not everybody gets that opportunity.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
And for me, I mean, this was not even a golden, it was a one lifetime opportunity, because where am I and where are my parents and how I went there and how it all happened. It was all orchestrated by Krishna. And I don't need to
yeah, it
thank
was
him.
meant to happen because you were there at that time.
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah,
was, and you didn't know whether
yeah,
they were
yeah,
going to,
yeah,
they were probably not feeling well. Probably with that intention you went, and this is not Krishna's mercy. So I will make you to remember you. I will help you to remember you. If you
yeah,
don't
yeah.
remember me,
It
I
was
will make sure that
exactly
you.
that. It was exactly that for my father. It was exactly that. He made me probably an instrument, but he made my father remember. Krishna made my father remember.
It's glorious. So
Yeah,
there is no repentance. It's
there's,
glorious.
yeah, yeah. There's no repentance.
Nobody could have, yeah, got this kind of passing away. So it's Krishna's mercy that he has taken him very nicely, and remembering the names of the Lord. I think it's good, Mataji. And you did a great service, which can be remembered forever.
Yeah, yeah. It's only because of the blessings from Vaishnavas like you that I
Yes,
could
Mataji, they are always with us. They are always with us. And today we will talk about it a little bit since you brought out that point on devotee association. I want to give a quote from Srimad Bhagavatam, which pure devotees, what a pure devotee is aspiring for. Our hearts will be melted hearing that. So let's also look into that aspect today, if time permits. So let's get started without any further ado, dear devotees. Um, so the verse for today, 27, Mataji? Is
Yes,
it
Mataji.
27, verse number?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. 27, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right. So let's get started with our prayers. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashtati Shatarani Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srinivata Swagata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanaha Kritayantastogi Abhadrani Vidunoti Sugritsatam Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Seviya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavati Naitiki. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So let's get a recap of the chapter so far and then delve into some of the intricacies of Srimad Bhagavatam pastimes. Okay. So in the first 6 verses, Maharaj Parikshit, he inspires Sukadev Goswami to speak Harikatha. He is telling, please speak about Narada Muni's preaching, to whom and how he explained about the qualities of the Transcendental Lord. Tell me about it. I wish to know about the truth of the Lord who possesses these wonderful potencies, because such narrations, they are auspicious to the entire world. Loka Sumangalaha. Please continue to speak so that I can give up my body while absorbing in Krishna without material attachment. See, let me give up my body without material attachment. Remember my body, remember what? Remember the pastimes of Krishna. Remember absorbing the mind in Krishna. See how Parikshit Maharaj puts an effort to remember Krishna. This is what he desires. So desire is very important, dear devotees. You should desire, yes, I should remember you, Krishna, always. Then Krishna will help you in that kind of a desire. If we don't have the desire to start off, why will Krishna help you? We should have a lot of spiritual desires. I want to do service. I want to always remember you. I want to be of service to this Vaishnava. I want to be of service to my lotus feet of my spiritual master. I want to help him in his preaching service. Whatever that desire is, just have that desire. You never know. Miracles will happen. A devotee will come to you and he'll say, yes, here is a preaching opportunity for you. Here is a seva opportunity for you. Here is how you can remember Krishna. Somehow Krishna will make arrangement for that devotee. He'll be used as an instrument in you getting Krishna. So let's just have multiple spiritual desires. There's no limit. There should be no limit to it. And there should be, our heart should be filled in such a way that we have so many spiritual desires and there's no room for material desire. Material desires are getting kicked out because your heart is overflowing with spiritual desires. Why not? Yes, that should be the aspiration of a devotee. Okay, and Harikatha, it purifies the heart. Krishna, in the form of Harikatha, he enters through the ears and washes away all the contamination. Contamination we have, be it greed, be it anger, be it lust, he washes away all the contamination because the name of Krishna passes through the ear and through this cleansing happens. And then that is Srinivata Swagata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanaha Hridayantastohi Abatrani Vidunoti Suvitsat. And then a devotee never gives up. See, now that he has heard Krishna's name, will he give up his lotus feet? No, no way. There could be so much opposition. Yes, do this, do that. No way I'm going to give up Krishna's association, Krishna's lotus feet. Once you have tasted that Amrit, even if it's a little bit of Amrit, you're not going to give it up. And such a person with a purified heart never gives up Krishna's lotus feet, as a traveler is satisfied at home after a troubled journey. Now, questions are posed by Parikshit Maharaj. Okay, now he has questions about Jiva, he has questions about Kala, Karma, and other topics. See, please, he's telling, Sukha is telling, now Parikshit is telling, see, please answer all these questions I have posed to you. Okay, I have inquired you everything. Even answer those questions that I have not inquired. Maybe I've forgotten. Okay. So you better answer all of them. The ones that I inquired, the ones that I not inquired also. And kindly do not consider that, oh, I'm fasting, so I'm not able to be able to listen to the narrations from Srimad Bhagavatam. No, no, don't think like that. My heart is not satiated. I'm not exhausted due to fasting. So this is how he says. Parikshit Maharaj, he inspires Sukadev Goswami to speak. Please answer all that I have inquired and that which I may not have inquired, because I am a soul surrendered unto you. Amongst all the sages, you're the authority. And as your knowledge is in parampara. Now, please understand, I'm certainly not affected by hunger or thirst since I'm drinking the nectar of Krishna, which is flowing from your mouth. Please continue this Krishna Katha, how he's hankering for it. It's all true hankering, dear devotees. Just he's hankering. When is this? When is he going to say about this? When is he going to answer about my other question, this question, that question? This way, his hankering has no limits. I'm able to understand how Parikshit Maharaj is feeling with his heart in terms of devotion. And then Sukadev Goswami is concluding in this verses 27 to 29. He's telling, Sukadev is telling Parikshit, I'm very, very pleased with your inquiries, Parikshit Maharaj. That is what is the 27th verse. And then he spoke Srimad Bhagavatam, which was first spoken to the Lord, to Brahma in the first Kalpa. Sukadev Goswami prepared to describe all that the king had inquired about. So, dear devotees, as you all know, we are entering into the Chatusloki Bhagavatam from probably next class onwards, or just in span of 2-3 classes. We will be completing the session of second canto, 8th chapter, and we'll be moving into the 9th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, which is very, 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 very important. So, dear devotees, don't miss the 9th chapter session, because I feel that that is very important for us to understand in terms of technicalities, in terms of I mean, our mind was filled with so many questions. All those will be answered through Chatusloki Bhagavatam. So please attend carefully and listen attentively to all those classes, dear devotees. And now, so this is just a general verse, dear devotees. Sukadev Goswami is concluding, and he's very, very pleased with Parikshit Maharaj's question. Since Mataji brought up this point on association of devotees, I was thinking maybe to talk about it a little bit and then move on to some other things, like what is the essence of Bhagavad Gita, what is essence of Bhagavatam, or talk about first few verses, Dharma Projita Kaitavottara Paramo, all that speaks about the glory of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. It speaks about those two cantos, the first two cantos, they are the prelude. And from third canto only, Srimad Bhagavatam starts. The first two cantos are the prelude. And we should understand that the concepts put in there are very important for us to be able to listen to Srimad Bhagavatam in a very attentive way. This sets stone for us. With that in mind, we will go to one of the most important pastimes of sixth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Here, we all know Dhritarashtra story. I mean, it's a long story. I don't want to get into the story as such, but I wanted to get into the aspect of Dhritarashtra's prayers. Okay, this is the Dhritarashtra's story and pastime itself is very attractive, and I really love that pastime very much. It's very close to my heart. I don't know why, from the beginning, I've been very closely associated with this pastime. I really love it. And I really love Vritrasura, who's the hero of sixth canto, according to me. So let's talk about him a little bit. And see, now we are getting into the story from middle. Okay, I'm not talking about what all happened, but we are going to tackle it from the middle, where now we have Indra, who got the bones of Dadichi Muni, and he is using that bones of Dadichi Muni to make a thunderbolt so that Vritrasura could be killed with that thunderbolt. Now, when Indra is coming towards Vritrasur, he's charging towards Vritrasur. At that time, Vritrasura is having a mace. He's having a club in his hand and he's pinning that club. Now, we can imagine, right? If someone who's 7 feet or 8 feet tall and he has a club and he's spinning, how terrifying and how traumatizing it could be. What to speak of a person whose head is in touching the Swargalok and his feet is going up to Patalalok. He has a gigantic body and he has a club. He has a mace. Vritrasura was swinging. And now, when the demigods, when the devatas, when they see this, they become very fearful and they started running this side. After seeing Vritrasura and the demons, they start running in that side. They leave the battle and they are turning their back and they are running. And when they turn their back and they start to run, the demons take this as an opportunity, right? Because okay, these people are getting stabbed. Let me also go at the back of them and destroy them. And I will kill them. When Itrasura sees this, what is he doing? Is he acting like a demon? He's seeing this and he's like, wait a minute, stop. First of all, we should not be killing someone who's leaving a battle. And second of all, they are showing their back and they start to run. They are turning their back and they are starting to run. They are showing their back, which means I'm not supposed to kill them. They are leaving the battle. This is adharma. We should not be doing this. So just to reiterate this point, Vritrasur, he's an asur. And he is speaking philosophy. He's speaking dharma. He's saying if somebody is running from the battle, you should not kill him, especially if they are showing their back. Then that is adharma. You should not do it. And when Indra gets to know about this, he thinks to himself, wait a minute, what is this? What is this person speaking? I thought he was a demon, but he's speaking dharma. He's speaking philosophy. What is this? And Indra, he throws the thunderbolt on Vritrasur. When Indra throws the thunderbolt on Vritrasur, the thunderbolt pierces the body of Vritrasur and Vritrasur falls to the ground. And when Vritrasur falls to the ground, Indra, he's slowly walking, right? He's slowly walking. Um, and he wanted to see if Vritrasur, who's fallen on the ground, he's slowly walking to see if Vritrasur is dead or not. When he comes close, Vritrasur, with full energy, he picks up Indra and swallows Indra like that. So what just happened? There was a battle going on, and Indra threw the thunderbolt, and Vritrasur, because of that, he'd fallen on the ground. And when Indra came closer, what did Vritrasur do? He picked up Indra and swallowed Indra. Done. Game, set, and match. It's all done. There was no battle. Indra was inside the stomach of Vritrasur. What would Vritrasur do? He would just swallow Indra and Om Bhu Swaha. That's it. Game finished. But Vritrasur, who had swallowed Indra from inside, with the thunderbolt, he tore open Vritrasur from inside. And when he tore open Vritrasur, he came out and sat on the shoulder of Indra. Sorry, he's on the shoulder of Vritrasur. Indra came and sat on the shoulder of Vritrasur, on the neck of Vritrasur. And he sat on the neck and he started chopping the head of Vritrasur with the thunderbolt. At this time, dear devotees, Vritrasur did something unimaginable, unbelievable, unparalleled. Vritrasur starts chanting slokas at the time of death. When Indra was trying to kill him, he's telling, oh, kill me fast. Faster you kill me, I can go back to Krishna. Faster I can go back to Krishna, the faster I become his servant. The faster I become his servant, the faster I will experience bliss. Oh, Indra, please kill me so I can go back to Krishna's lotus feet. And when Krishna hears this, he's like, what is he a demon? No, no, not at all. He's a Mahabhagavata devotee, Mahabhagavata Vaishnava. This is what he is thinking. Indra, at that time he chants Satusloki Bhagavatam. And Dhritarashtra is saying, my dear Lord, if I have rebirth, lifetime after lifetime, may I be the servant of your servant of your servant. This is the only prayer I'm asking you, my dear Lord. Gopi Partur Padakamayo Dasa Dasanudas. Be the servant of the servant of the servant. Now, although he's on the battlefield with his enemy, Vritrasura, he turned inwards towards him. And he started to pray to Bhagavan. His Ishtadev is Sankarshan, Lord Sankarshan. And in fact, he was very eager to die, to attain the lotus feet of Bhagavan. So before dying, he recited these beautiful prayers to Sri Sankarshan, which reveals his pure heart and it also describes his pure devotion. What are the slokas? These slokas are one of my favorites, dear devotees. Um, I don't know, as I said, from the beginning, I've been attracted to Dhritarashtra's pastimes and it's played a very important role in my life, I would say. So, with this, we will get into Dhritarashtra's prayers. Now that we have set the scene of the battle between the Devatas and the demons, between Indra and Vritrasur, we are now going to talk about Vritrasura's prayers, where he turned towards God inside. Agam Hare Tavapadekhamula Tasanudaso Bhavitas Viduya Manasmarita Supate Gunamste Grinita Karma Karo Tukaya. He's telling, Oh Hari, please be gracious on me so that in my next life again, I get the opportunity to serve the servants who have exclusive shelter of your lotus feet. Oh Master of my life, may my mind always remember you, your auspicious qualities. May my words always recite them. And may my body be engaged in your service. See, he's using everything here. Mind has to be absorbed in your auspicious qualities. And what does words have to do? Words should always recite about you. The words are meant to recite. I have a mouth, I'm given this mouth, I'm using some words, I'm talking, but it has to constantly talk about you. The words have to recite about you. And how about my body? I'm having a physical body. How should that be engaged? It has to be engaged in the service of the Lordships. This is what I want. This is the first prayer. Then he says the second prayer. Nanakaprishtam nachaparamishtyam na sarvabhaumam narasadhipatyam na yogasiddhira punarbhavam va samanjasatva virahaya kamshi. He's telling, Oh, ocean of all good fortune, without your service, I don't desire residence in heaven, in Satyaloka, nor the kingdom of the whole world, or sovereignty of the lower planets, or I don't want various yogic perfections also. I don't even aspire for liberation. Without your service, all these, I really don't want any of them. Nanakaprishtam nachaparamishtyam na sarvabhauma narasadhipatyam na yoga siddhir apunarbhavamba samanjasatva virahaya kashi. This is the second verse he says. And then he says, Ajata paksha iva mataram kaha stanyam yatavat sarastu dhatta priyam priyeva pyushitam vishanna मनोरविन्दाक्ष धृतृक्षते त्वां ममोतमश्लोकजनेषु सख्यं संसारचक्रे भ्रमतः स्वकर्मभिः त्वन्माययात्मामजदारगेहेष्व अशक्तचित्तस्य ननाथ भूयात्. He's telling, as far as Ajata Paksha, we will talk about it a little later. There are three metaphors that is being used in that verse, and we will talk about it in depth. Now, when it comes to Mamotamasloka Jineshu Sakyam Samsara Chakre Brahmata Swakarmabi Twanmayayatma Majadara Geheshwa Shakta Chittasya Nanatha Bhuyat. See, oh Bhagavan, you know what? I don't desire liberation. I don't mind if I have to take many births because of my karma. I don't mind. But I pray in whatever species of life I am born, may I have friendship with the association of devotees. With your devotees, I want to have that friendship. See, very important, another very important thing that we miss here is that I don't mind any species, whatever species I am born, no problem. I should have friendship with your devotees. Oh Master, let me not have relationship with people under the influence of your Maya. who are attached to your bodies, children, spouses, and homes. Let me not have any kind of relationship with them. I don't want to. Okay, the Lord is asking, right? What do you want? You want liberation, you want peace, you want Dhruva you want Brahmaloka, you want to be the sovereign of the lower planetary systems, do you want the higher planetary systems? Krishna is asking Dhritarashtra, what do you want at that time? And Dhritarashtra says, Virahaya Kamshri, my dear Lord, by getting these things, I'm going to be separated from you. So I don't want these things. The only thing that I want for is the constant association of you and your devotees. Dhritarashtra is saying, if by getting pride, prestige, position, opulence, name, fame, recognition, if I'm going to be separated from you, my dear Lord, I don't want those things. And Dhritarashtra, he gives 3 examples to the Supreme Lord at the time of death. Indra is about to chop the head of Dhritarashtra by sitting on his shoulder. And what is going on? The prayers of Dhritarashtra is going on at this time. And Indra is thinking to himself, oh my God, this guy is doing some prayers. They are very, very high-fi. I think I'm going to commit another Vaishnava aparadh of killing Dhritarashtra. His name is Asur, but he's chanting the best among the verses. What is this? Dhritarashtra at that time, as I told you, dear devotees, he's using 3 metaphors to describe his separation from Lord. It's a very, very interesting segment, dear devotees. I really am very attracted to these, the metaphors that's being talked about. How Dhritarashtra is just I mean, when I heard this past time with understood it in depth, then I understood, oh my God, what a feeling of pure devotion this is. How much love can a person have? And I just felt really very happy that at least I have this uh, lifetime and I'm able to hear Dhritarashtra's pastime. This is what I felt. And I don't have much memorized slokas. I'm not an expert. Uh, I really like the stories, the intricacies behind the stories, what is the recent technicalities, and why Acharya. I'm also very curious when it comes to Acharya's commentaries and Srila Prabhupada's commentaries. So I'm interested in so many different areas, but when it comes to memorizing verses, I'm not too motivated. But this set of verses is the only verse I would say I have. Of course, first few chapters early on, Srimad Bhagavatam, I have few verses memorized here and there. Um, but these verses are very, very close to my heart. I recite it every day. But yeah, as I said, I'm very, very attracted to this pastime. And now the 3 metaphors. What are the 3 metaphors, dear devotees? So he's telling, my dear Lord, just like a small bird, a baby bird, a wingless bird that has no wings, um, that has just been born, we find the bird is so dependent on the mother for food, for shelter, for water, for everything basically. And Vritrasura is saying, I am like that. You are the mother bird, and I am like that small baby bird who's completely dependent on you. Now, the acharyas are helping us understand this even more better. Telling, so Dhritarashtra here, very, very keenly you listen what I'm trying to say, dear devotees. If you understand this, then you'll feel like, wow, what a way of absorption of Dhritarashtra. I mean, that's something that you would feel after hearing this. So they are saying the newborn birds, they are not able to fly and they are completely dependent on their mother for everything, like food, protection, and everything. So when the mother goes away, when the mother bird goes away in search of food, they are sitting in the nest, the baby birds, the wingless birds, and eagerly waiting. When will my mom going to come? So even the leaves of the tree rustle in the breeze. They think their mother has returned and they start chirping and opening their beaks. Now, Vritrasura, for some reason, he was not happy with this metaphor. He's telling, see, the baby birds really only wait for food. They're not waiting for their mother. Once the mother gives them food, they sit quietly and they don't even care. about their mother anymore. So I'm not pleased with this metaphor. Let me go to the second metaphor to explain my feelings of separation. Hope you're all clear, dear devotees. So, as you all can understand, a newborn baby is not able to fly, right? The baby bird is not able to fly. It's completely dependent on the mother for protection, for food, everything. He sits in his nest and he's waiting eagerly. When will my mom going to come? Now, Vritrasura, why he was not happy with this example? Because the baby birds really wait only for food, not the mother. So once the mother gives them food, now they don't care for the mother anymore. That is why the baby bird is not happy. The second example, he gives the example of a calf and a cow. Just like a calf is constantly around the cow, the mother cow. He says, "My dear Lord, you're the pure mother cow, and I'm like the calf. Then I always want to seek your association." He uses a second example here and he describes, see, the calf is tied with a rope while his mother has gone out for grazing. The calf is anxiously waiting. When is my mom going to come? When is my mother going to come? When the mother cow returns from the pasture, the calf is untied and he immediately runs to his mother with his raised tail. But again, here in this example, the calf's hankering is not exactly for the mother. It is mainly for her udder. Once he has drunken his milk, the calf's eager longing for his mother, that also disappears. So Vitrasura says, I'm not convinced with the second metaphor also. And then he gives the third metaphor, third example. He says, a lover and a beloved. He says, my dear Lord, when a wife is separated from the husband, all the time she's only thinking about her husband when he's going to return. Similarly, my Lord, you're like that husband, and I am like that devotee who's being separated from you. Please give me a benediction so that very soon I come and do service to your lotus feet. So, in the third metaphor, he is describing a beloved wife burning in heat of separation from her husband. She hankers to see her husband and makes every possible effort to please him. This metaphor, Vitrasra is satisfied. Yes, this is the accurate mood of my devotion in which he prayed. This says, yeah, this is the mood I want to pray to Bhagavan. This is the mood, not the example of a cow and a calf, not an example of the other one too, the mother bird and the baby bird waiting for the mother bird. No. I like this example of a lover and a beloved. This accurately describes my mood of separation, right? So devotion, it manifests humility. Dhritarashtra, he he considers himself utterly unqualified to have a direct association with Bhagavan. Therefore, in the last verse, what is he saying? I only want the association of Bhagavan's devotees in every birth. And then another important point I told you, in humility, he also accepts the view that he may not be even qualified to be born as a human being. Can you believe it, dear devotees? This is true humility. It's not like just simply saying, right? He just is sharing his heart with us. What is he sharing? I'm not even qualified to be a human being, but whatever species I am in, no problem. I just would like to have direct association of your devotees and serve. That's it. I may not be directly able to serve you, but I would at least like to have direct association of your devotees in every birth. Vritrasura, he experiences the pain of associating with non-devotees. So he concludes and begs. He's begging. He's telling, yes, finally he's telling, even if I'm not blessed to be in the association of devotees, let me be spared from the company of materialistic people. I really don't want the company of materialistic people. So it's a very, very important part of Srimad Bhagavatam because Dhritarashtra's pastimes depict the mind of a pure devotee. This is why Srimad Bhagavatam is important. Every canto how a pure devotee responds, how a pure devotee responds, how a pure devotee reacts. What is the mind of a pure devotee? What is his response going to be here? And what is his mood going to be here? These are all understood so that we can also develop that kind of aspiration in us, in our heart. We may not know what is right, but when we follow the footsteps of the devotees, then we know, yes, this is right. And that is the sort of aspiration we should develop. That is why this canto is in the center of Bhagavatam. And Indra, poor Indra, after he hears all this, Indra thinks to himself, oh my God, should I kill him or not kill him? If I don't kill him, he's a demon. He's a gigantic demon. If I'm killing him, then it's Vaishnava Aparat. And here we have Ritrasur telling to Indra, please kill me fast. If you kill me, then I can go back to Krishna. Please do not delay. You have made this thunderbolt, right? And for this thunderbolt, Dadichi Rishi or Dadichi Muni has given his life. Please don't make the efforts of Dadichi Rishi give up his life in vain. He has given up his life. So make the best use of the thunderbolts you have. Kill me using that thunderbolt. I'm requesting you and begging you, please kill me. And Indra with his thunderbolt, he kills Vitrasur. After that, Vitrasur falls dead, to the ground dead. And then Vritrasura's, where is he going? He's going back to Godhead, to Sankarshan. We will also be seeing why Vritrasura, why did he appear as a demon and what was the reason for it. That is where Chitraketu Maharaj's pastime comes. So our Srimad Bhagavatam, that is why Parikshit Maharaj didn't have satiation in his heart. He was like relishing it, like a nectar, really like a nectar juice. He was relishing it. And Nirmat Saranam Satam, right? If you do not have envy, then you can relish Srimad Bhagavatam more. With envy, we'll not be able to understand every point in what is being conveyed in Srimad Bhagavatam. It's very difficult. But without envy, we will be able to relish it more. The bliss will be more. The hankering will be more. That's what Parikshit Maharaj's state was. He was a pure devotee of the Lord. So his relishment to Srimad Bhagavatam is completely different. So anyways, I wanted to share the story of Vritrasura's pastimes, which really touched my heart. And I hope, dear devotees, we take Srimad Bhagavatam very seriously every day and progress and hear repeatedly. Repetition is the key here. Just one subtle point you may not have understood in your previous lecture. Now you try to hang on or cling on to that subtle point you have understood. This is how we build up. We build up. Yes, what have I missed? What did I miss? What did I miss? What's the connection here? When we start asking these questions, then Srimad Bhagavatam becomes more relishing. And then we will become eligible to hear about Krishna's pastimes. Then Krishna's pastimes will be very, very, what do you call it? It's just not a pastime. It should not be thought of a pastime. We are in that and we have to relish that. We are also in the scene. That's what all big preachers say. All our Maharajas, they say only one thing: be in it, be in the present, and enjoy the pastime. And that's how they are doing it. They are literally in that pastime and then saying Bhagavatam from their lotus lips. So this is about Vritrasur. Now, let's get into Srila Prabhupada's commentary and then see what other points he has mentioned there in that commentary. And with that, we can conclude your devotees. So, Srimad Bhagavatam can be legitimately discussed only among the devotees of the Lord. As the Bhagavad Gita was authoritatively discussed between Lord Krishna and Arjuna, similarly, Srimad Bhagavatam is the postgraduate study of Bhagavad Gita, and they can also be discussed with the scholars and devotees like Sukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj. Otherwise, the real taste of the nectar cannot be relished. Sukadev Goswami was pleased with Parikshit Maharaj because he was not tired of hearing the topics of the Lord and was more and more anxious to hear, that too with deep interest. Foolish interpreters unnecessarily tackle Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam when they have no access to the subject matter. There is no use in non-devotees meddling with the two topmost Vedic literatures, and therefore Shankaracharya did not touch Srimad Bhagavatam for commentary. In his commentation on Bhagavad Gita, Sripad Shankaracharya accepted Lord Sri Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but later he commented it from an impersonalistic view. But being conscious of his position, he did not comment on Srimad Bhagavatam. Because Sripad Shankaracharya, he is also a pure devotee of the Lord, dear devotees. That is why he was not able to comment on Srimad Bhagavatam, that too from an impersonalistic point of view. Srila Sukadev Goswami was protected by Krishna and therefore he is known as Brahmaratha. And Sriman Parikshit Maharaj was protected by Vishnu and he was known as Vishnurat. As devotees of the Lord, they were always protected by the Lord. It is clear also in connection that a Vishnuratha should hear Srimad Bhagavatam from Brahmaratha and no one else because others misrepresent the transcendental knowledge and spoil one's valuable time. It's very important here, devotees. The speaker of Srimad Bhagavatam is just passing on what he has heard from the disciplic succession. It should not be mixed, it should not be tainted, it should be conveyed properly. Then only it becomes service to the Lord. We are just like a parrot repeating what has been told by our acharyas, by Srila Prabhupada. And that is our duty. The day should come when we are able to remember all the teachings of Srila Prabhupada and our acharyas in our heart. At the time of need, it should come. Otherwise, what is the point? Now, in the story of Ritrasura also, we will see Indra, he will commit mistakes over and over again. He knows all philosophy, but when it comes to application, he was struggling. And again, if we think, oh, Indra is doing this, he's not a great, like, if we think like that, then we are committing aparadh. We are not supposed to think anyway. They are all very exalted personalities. They are all trying to teach us through their example how we shouldn't act. And they are directly involved in Krishna's pastimes. And they directly interact with the devotees of the Lord. How fortunate they are. Should understand that, dear devotees. Whenever characters in Srimad Bhagavatam are taken, we have to give utter respect to each and every character in Srimad Bhagavatam, be it devotee, be it a non-devotee, everybody is superior to us. We are no way close to them. Please don't even have this mentality that I am a devotee. We are not a devotee yet. Till we get Shraddha, complete Purna Shraddha, we are not a devotee. I'm talking about being a pure devotee. As I said, Shraddha, having 100% Shraddha is very difficult. The condition of Anya Abhilashita Shunyam Yana Karmati Anavritam Anukulina Krishnanushindanam must be satisfied. So till then, we are aspiring devotees. Let's aspire to get into the realm of pure devotion one day. So that's as far as translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Now, just thought of discussing a few things. So maybe, one of the pastimes that I wanted to discuss was with regards to Prataparudra Maharaj's pastimes, right? We all know he's the king of Orissa. This was about 500 years ago. And King Prataparudra was a very, very powerful king. At the time, Mughals were conquering practically everything, but they could not penetrate Orissa because King Prataparudra was a very powerful king. He had his good armies. He was a man of such dignity. And Lord Chaitanya, who is the avatar of Krishna for the age of Kali, Prema avatar, who spread the divine love through his Nama Sankirtan movement, congregational chanting of the holy names of the Lord, he was actually planning to go and live in Vrindavan after he took the renounced order of life. But his mother, Sachi Devi, was weeping along with the associates, saying, Vrindavan is very far away. If you go there from Navadvip, we will never see you or hear anything about you. But the same Krishna that is living in Vrindavan is living in the form of Jagannath in Puri. So please live there as it's close by. So the one appeal of his mother, because of that, he made his residence in Puri. That was for a couple of months, and then he went on a tour to share his message throughout the southern and the western provinces of India. At that time, King Prataparudra, his capital was in Kotak, and he came to Puri and he heard all about this great saint who was just an embodiment of love and devotion, and he was transforming people's hearts. Even the criminals, even the ruffians, the murderers, they were all becoming gentle and humble and lovers of God and servants of every living being. So he asked Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was his teacher, his guru. He said, Who's the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? I want to meet him. And Sarvabhauma said, he's already left. He's gone for a tour to South India and he'll probably gone for some years. We don't know when he's going to return. And King said, Oh my God, why did you let him go? Why did you not keep him here? And Sarvabhauma said, Because he's independent. He's the supreme personality of Godhead. He's the Lord of all creations. He was incarnated in this world, to do the Sankirtan movement. Mhm. And King Prathaputra Maharaj said, He's the personality of Godhead. Is it? He's the personality of Godhead. Um, so he is Krishna. He's the one who's there. So when is he going to return now? When he returns, please arrange for an interview for me to meet him. Sarvabhauma, can you do that? And he asked him, Sarvabhauma, on the basis of scripture, on the basis of philosophy, confirmed that Chaitanya was actually whom scriptures prophesied in this world. He is the Yuga avatar who spread the process of spirituality. He is born in this age of Kali that we are living. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returned after a couple of years, King Prataparudra Maharaj did everything, anything and everything to help the Lord, to relieve people from suffering and giving them unlimited amount of joy of love of Godhead. Actually, first Lord, he did not want to meet him. Because this is an interesting point. The Lord was a sannyasi and he was a Swami in the renounced order. He was playing this role for the benefit of people. So now, when you see Prataparudra Mahaprabhu felt, I cannot meet this egoistic, controlling king. So I'm not going to meet him directly. And Rudra Maharaj heard this. He was having massive wealth, massive palace, wonderful family. If my being the king is depriving me of the mercy of God, on this very day, I'm going to give up everything. I'm going to become a beggar on the streets and just use a simple loin cloth and a wooden earring. I just will go house to house in a wooden bowl, big crowns for as a beggar for my rest of my life. Because what's the use of my being a king without receiving the mercy of the Lord? And now look at Prataparudra Maharaj, how serious he was, right? He actually intended to become a beggar, not just for 1 or 2 days or just for a holiday. No, no. For the rest of his life. The Lord understood his heart. And this is the degree that he understands the spirituality, right? Spirituality was significant part of his life and he gave value of spirituality in his life. So the Lord and devotees, they want to remain in the position and Lord gave him his complete mercy by understanding what craving he has. He tested the king. So he tested Maharaj, Prataparudra Maharaj, many instances to show the world how a man at such a stature gave such a priority to spiritual life. This is what is proven here. He remained as a king, but how was he a king? As a king, he was very humble, he was very gentle. With all the power, with all the intelligence that he had, he ruled the kingdom in the spirit of love and devotion to God. And he had compassion to each and every human being. Practically, the whole treasury of the kingdom was at the disposal of people to elevate people's consciousness. He would set up gigantic places with godowns and storages with food to cook wonderful prasad for devotees. He arranged his facilities for spiritual teachers to elevate people's consciousness. At the same time, he also protected the citizens. He exercised taxes as necessary. He maintained a justice department. He maintained an armies to protect them, protect people being attacked. And he did it not with greed, not with ego, not with lust, not with envy, but with love, compassion, humility, and devotion. This is the teaching of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita does not teach we should give up our work, but to perform our work motivated with highest goals. So, like this, dear devotees, there are many pastimes in Chaitanya Charitamrita, in Bhagavatam, and Bhagavad Gita, which gives us educational instructions as to how to lead our life. So, all we have to pray for is the application of the knowledge that we have received from these treasures. So, like this, Parikshit Maharaj, as you all can see, Sukadev is concluding. I'm very, very pleased with Parikshit's inquiries. What does it mean? So beautifully asked questions. I'm very, very eager because why is Sukha eager? Sukha is very pleased because he is going to glorify Krishna. The questions are all related. The speaker is asking, the listener is asking questions which are related to Krishna. And that makes the speaker happy to speak about Krishna. This is the point, dear devotees. That is why he felt happy in his heart, because he's now going to speak Krishna Katha. These are all subtle points, dear devotees. And once we understand it, it takes it to a different level. When we start to cherish these small, small, subtle points from lectures, we'll be like, yeah, makes sense. Or it doesn't make sense, whatever. It all depends on the speaker who's conveying it. Anyways, with this, we will conclude today's class. So we will just chant one round of, one time Hare Krishna Maha Mantra for Mataji's parents. So we are obviously, in the right place, serving in the mood of Krishna with his devotees. This is what our prayer should be. Everybody should be thinking about Krishna, serving Krishna, and be absorbed in Krishna all the time. And let's pray for their safe journey so that they are able to continue from wherever they left off. Thank you, dear devotees, again for your patient listening. And we will get in touch again next week. Very important. Very important that I become prepared for Chatushloki Bhagavatam. Let's see if Krishna allows me to do so. This is my prayer. Let's see and let's look forward to it. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to our spiritual master and Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Thank you, dear devotees.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Mataji, for your kind words and sincere prayers for my parents on their journey. Thank you so much. Means a lot to me, Mataji. Regarding today's class, does anybody have a question or a comment?
Yes, Hare Krishna Mataji. I wanted to echo what Kasturi Mataji said about your parents. They were very blessed, and you were very blessed and guided to be there at the right time with the right instructions for them. That was such a wonderful thing to do for your parents. And Mataji, the story of Vitrasura, I absolutely love as well, because in another discourse, just how you love the prayers of Vitrasura, the Prabhuji on that discourse said that these prayers of Vitrasura are so powerful in the Bhagavatam, and you say it every day. How blessed you are. I love the story of Vitrasura too. So thank you so much, both Matajis.
Thank you. That was a Beautiful comment from you, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna Mataji, where are these prayers of Ritasura?
I can send you the link, Mataji. I'll send you the link soon.
Okay, Mataji,
Just
thank
4
you.
verses.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we start reciting it every day, I think you will memorize it eventually. And now that we know the meaning, we will be
So
chanting it with devotion.
I don't know the story. I have not come across the story, but Mataji, that so he was an asura. So and before he had the association of Indra, did he have association with other devotees that led him to chant these
No.
prayers?
The why he became a demon, that is discussed as a pastime in another story, because he was Chitraketu Maharaj in his previous lifetime. And
Okay.
how Chitraketu Maharaj became Vritrasura.
Okay.
That is what is a connecting chapter.
Okay. So he had
So
the
we will learn.
sanskars from before. Yeah. Okay.
Correct.
So suddenly
Correct.
one day, just because Indra he
No.
came into his
Nothing
association.
can happen in a day. No way. Yes.
Okay.
You can continue from where you left off.
And Mataji,
Absolutely.
in Srimad Bhagavatam, I was told that they in some place they have explained the process of dying. So would you know where that is?
Fifth canto talks about the cosmic manifestation. Yeah. Very technical. I don't think I am qualified to teach that chapter at all. Because for me, creativity is very challenging. To be creative is something difficult. I don't even understand the techniques of time, space, measurements. No, this is beyond my capability.
But it's explained how the person dies and
Yes,
what
yes.
happens in that chapter.
Correct. Cosmic manifestation. Yes, completely in fifth canto. It will
Thank
also describe about the hell, the 28 different types of hell, and what do you do to commit to go to that hell. All that will be described much from creation to the destruction. Everything will be described. And yeah, it's very good.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for today's session. Let us all chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra once in glorification of Radhika Kasturi Mataji. Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha
Trubhyascha
Kripasin
kripa santubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Grace
Glories
Radhika
to the
Kasturi
assembled
Mataji
devotees.
ki jai.
All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. See you all next time, dear devotees. Thank you. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.